In 1966, a basketball player filed a $6 million lawsuit against the NBA. His name was Connie Hawkins, and he had been banned from the league without ever being convicted of a crime. This is the story of how one man fought back against the most powerful sports organization in America. Connie Hawkins was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1942. He grew up poor in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood, but Hawkins had a gift that would change his life. He could dunk a basketball by age 11. His friends called him the Hawk because he seemed to fly through the air. At boys' high school, Hawkins became a legend. In 1960, he averaged over 25 points per game. In one game, he scored 60 points. He led his team to back-to-back New York City championships. His style was different from other players. He played above the rim, doing moves that seemed impossible. People came from all over just to watch him play. College scouts noticed Hawkins right away. The University of Iowa offered him a full scholarship. He was ready to become a star, but then everything went wrong. In 1961, a huge gambling scandal hit college basketball. A former NBA player named Jack Molinas was running an illegal betting operation. He was paying college players to lose games on purpose. This is called point shaving. The police investigated dozens of players. Hawkins got caught up in the mess, but not because he did anything wrong. He had borrowed $200 from Molinas to help pay for college expenses. His brother Fred paid the money back before anyone knew about the scandal. That was it. That was Hawkins' only connection to the whole thing. He never bet on games. He never threw a game. He never even played in a varsity game because freshmen were not allowed to play back then. But the New York District Attorney called Hawkins an intermediary anyway. The police questioned him without a lawyer present. Hawkins was scared and confused. He signed a paper that made him look guilty, even though he had done nothing wrong. The NBA saw his name in the investigation. Commissioner Walter Kennedy decided to ban Hawkins permanently. The league had a policy that banned any player, even remotely involved with gambling. 46 other college players were also banned. Hawkins was devastated. His dream of playing in the NBA was over before it started. The University of Iowa kicked him out of school. He was just 19 years old and his future looked ruined. But Hawkins refused to give up. If he could not play in the NBA, he would play somewhere else. He joined the Pittsburgh Wrens in the American Basketball League. In his first season, he won the league MVP award. He averaged nearly 27 points per game and scored 54 points in one game. The ABL folded after just one season, so Hawkins joined the famous Harlem Globetrotters. For 4 years, he traveled the world entertaining crowds with his amazing skills, but he wanted to compete at the highest level. In 1967, a new league started called the American Basketball Association. The ABA was trying to compete with the NBA. They wanted the best players they could find. Hawkins joined the Pittsburgh Pipers for their first season. Hawkins dominated the ABA immediately. He led the Pipers to the championship in the league's first year. He won both the regular season MVP award and the playoff MVP award. He averaged over 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Everyone could see that Hawkins belonged in the NBA. Sports writers started asking why he was still banned. His connection to the gambling scandal seemed more ridiculous every year. In 1966, while still playing for the Globetrotters, Hawkins decided to fight back. He hired lawyers Roslin and David Littman to sue the NBA. They filed a $6 million antitrust lawsuit in federal court. The lawsuit argued that the NBA had violated federal law by banning Hawkins without evidence. All 30 teams had agreed not to sign him. This was called a group boycott, which broke antitrust rules. The NBA tried to get the case thrown out of court. They said the court in Pittsburgh had no authority over them because no NBA teams played there. The judge disagreed. He said NBA teams did business in Pittsburgh, so the case could continue. Media coverage of the lawsuit changed everything. Life magazine published a major story about Hawkins. The article showed how weak the evidence against him really was. Other newspapers picked up the story. The most damaging evidence came from the criminals themselves. Jack Molinas and his partner Joe Hacken said they would testify that Hawkins never helped them fix games. They had never even asked him to do anything illegal. Public opinion started shifting in Hawkins' favor. People realized he had been treated unfairly. The NBA's ban looked more and more unjust. The league found itself in a difficult position. If they fought the case in court and lost, it could open the door for other banned players to sue. A court ruling against them might also hurt their ability to ban players who actually did something wrong. So in 1969, the NBA decided to settle the case. They agreed to pay Hawkins nearly $1.3 million. That would be worth about $11 million today. More importantly, they agreed to let him join the NBA. The Phoenix Suns won the rights to sign Hawkins in a coin flip. He was finally going to play in the NBA at age 27, but he had lost several of his prime years to the ban. Hawkins made an immediate impact in his first NBA season. He played 81 games and averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. He made the All-Star team and was named to the All-NBA first team. But the years of playing in other leagues had taken a toll on his body. Hawkins had chronic knee problems that got worse over time. He had surgery before joining the Suns and continued having knee issues throughout his NBA career. Despite the injuries, Hawkins played well for 7 NBA seasons. He made 4 All-Star teams with Phoenix. His scoring average dropped each year as his knees got worse, but he remained an effective player. Hawkins played for 3 teams during his NBA career. After 4 seasons in Phoenix, he joined the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 years. He finished his career with 1 season for the Atlanta Hawks in 1976. His NBA statistics were impressive considering he started so late. He scored over 11,000 points and grabbed more than 5,000 rebounds. The Phoenix Suns retired his number 42 jersey, but Hawkins' impact went far beyond statistics. He brought a new style of play to professional basketball. Before Hawkins, most players stayed on the ground. He showed that basketball could be played above the rim. Larry Brown, who played against Hawkins, said he was like Julius Erving before Julius Erving existed. He was like Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar named Hawkins as one of the top 15 players he ever faced. Hawkins influenced a whole generation of players who came after him. His acrobatic moves and flying dunks became the template for modern basketball. Players like Irving, Jordan, and countless others learned from watching Hawkins play. The lawsuit also changed professional sports forever. It showed that leagues could not just ban players without following fair procedures. Courts would review league decisions if they seemed unfair or illegal. This case helped establish important rights for professional athletes. Future players would have more legal protection against arbitrary punishment by their leagues. In 1992, Hawkins received the ultimate honor. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The selection committee recognized his complete career, including his years before the NBA. His Hall of Fame induction was especially meaningful because it acknowledged the injustice he had faced. The basketball world was finally giving him full credit for his contributions to the game. Hawkins continued to live in Phoenix after his playing career ended. He stayed connected to the Suns organization and remained a beloved figure in the city. Connie Hawkins died of colon cancer in 2017 at age 75. His death was mourned by basketball fans around the world who remembered his incredible talent and inspiring story. The story of Connie Hawkins is about more than basketball. It shows what can happen when someone refuses to accept injustice. Hawkins could have given up when the NBA banned him. Instead, he kept playing and eventually fought back through the courts. His $6 million lawsuit changed professional sports forever. It proved that even the most powerful organizations have to follow the law, and it helped ensure that future athletes would be treated more fairly. But perhaps most importantly, Hawkins showed that true talent cannot be suppressed. Despite years of being banned from the NBA, despite chronic injuries, despite every obstacle in his path, his greatness still shined through. He revolutionized how basketball was played and inspired countless players who followed. The Hawks soared above every challenge and left a legacy that will never be forgotten.